Welcome all to episode 27 of the Rant and Banter Show. I'm Mike.
And I'm Denny.
And welcome to the turkey-themed, Thanksgiving-themed, gobble-themed episode of the Rant and Banter Show, where we'll be covering all the Thanksgiving NFL games and the Black Friday game as well.
Yeah, Mike, you know what you're missing for this episode?
A gobbler?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
We should be eating Gobbler bowls or something.
Oh, no! If I DoorDashed a gobbler, would it get here in time before the episode ends? No, we're not doing that.
This is episode 27. This is the Thanksgiving episode, talking about Thanksgiving Day games and the Black Friday game. So,
I'm going to leave one comment about the gobbler and then I'll be done with it. So, I'm going to say the Wawa gobbler took a step down this year. Haven't tried the wrap yet. Haven't had a bowl yet this year, but in terms of the sub, I was seeing flashbacks on Snapchat of my gobbler sub from 2-3 years ago. And I don't know if, I'm seeing both pictures, and the one from a couple of years ago looked better in quality. Didn't look as, I feel like maybe it was the gravy was better back then, but I saw a billboard for Sheets. And anyone listening, it's from Philly or around Philly. We know the Sheets versus Wawa debate.
I saw Sheets made something or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's called the Holidays, which that's not even close to as good a name as the Gobbler. And then you want to know what the slogan was? It's like, you're going to want to gobble this up or something. Are you kidding me?
Let's just talk about how wild the name, the Gobbler, or using that.
That's such a good name. It's such a good name.
But no, honestly, you need to. The wrap's not bad. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing as the sub, probably just in a wrap form. Honestly, the bowl, I recommend the bowl, but dude, it's like this big, and you're paying $10.
Is it really?
Like, yeah, it's honestly
the sub. I feel like the sub's good value because for $8, it's like this long.
Yeah, see, that's not bad. Like, I guess you get the quality out of the sub, but the bowl, like, it's good, but like I said, it's like probably that big, and it's like $10 for that.
Crazy.
It's like an appetizer. It's not even a...
Yeah. I mean, I've never had the Sheets one. Maybe we'll do an episode where we go live and one of us gets the Sheets gobbler and one of us gets the Wawa.
That would be great.
Oh, that would be such a good episode. Okay, we'll do that. We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, I would say that's what we do for the live episode.
Which, by the way, we're going to address this really quick. We've been going live on TikTok. We made an announcement maybe a few episodes ago that we'd start going live, and we have been. It's been very successful. We've been growing. And for anyone listening that usually listens to the live, welcome. If this is your first episode listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, we hope you're enjoying this format versus the live. I know lives are more interactive and all that stuff, and I'm not gonna lie, I find them more entertaining than podcast episodes, but podcast episodes you can make clips out of. Podcast episodes you can document more. It's more like a chapter that you can look back on. Lives are just temporary, interact with the crowd. But with that being said, the interaction we've gotten is amazing. Congratulations to the two of us for hitting 1,000 followers on TikTok and almost 700 on Instagram. It's going up.
I mean,
Numbers are going up.
Growing. Yeah, it's growing. So we will be doing live episodes soon together. We're just trying to figure that out.
Too.
Yeah, and no, I'm looking forward to it. I've never done a live one yet, so I see that you go on and I see people are interacting, so that's what we want. People to interact with us. So
yeah, talking football, ranting about sports, and bantering about sports. That's why we made the channel.
Exactly.
So, talking some more about sports, ranting some more, and bantering some more, we've got 3 very good Thanksgiving games, and we've got 1 game on Black Friday. Is this their second year doing Black Friday?
I believe it is, and I'll tell you one thing. These 4 games are actually really good matchups if you look at it. Like, even the one that you really wouldn't think, but because of being a division game, it's going to be a good matchup.
Yeah. Now, this episode is going to be solely Thanksgiving themed. You see, I've got the turkey garland for a reason. We are talking solely Thanksgiving weekend. Not the entire weekend, the beginning of it. You've got the Thursday and Friday games, and then maybe we do another episode where we talk about the Sunday games. But for now, this is strictly Thanksgiving and Black Friday. So the 4 games, in order, are the Packers at the Lions, the Chiefs at the Cowboys, the Bengals at the Ravens, and then on Black Friday, it's the Bears at the Eagles. Those are 4 really good games. We're getting treated this year. I think this is the best lineup of games that I've seen in a very long time.
I'll say, honestly, for Thanksgiving Day games, it has been. It really has. And with this being, I believe
What
it's
were
the
you saying?
second year. I believe it's the second year for the Black Friday game. So
Yeah, the
even
Chiefs
that's
played
going to be a
last
good
year on
game.
Black Friday, I
Yeah, I
think.
forget who they played though.
Yeah. But the Packers Lions, this is pretty much, I think this is the most even they've been in years. Very good matchup. And then you've got the Chiefs against the Cowboys, and the Cowboys are warming up.
Hmm.
Ever since they've added those players, they've looked very good. And then you've got, the divisional matchup, the Bengals and Ravens. So we're going to get into this, talk about the scores, talk about how these teams have been doing. Let's get into it. Starting off
Yeah.
first with the Green Bay Packers at the Detroit Lions. This will be your afternoon dinner game.
Yeah. No, I really think this is going to be a good game. I think it's going to be closer than their first matchup.
Hmm.
Uh, I think honestly both teams right now are very evenly like the same, pretty much.
Yeah.
Um, I think the Lions will beat the Packers this time since the Packers beat them first. I just think the Lions have right now they have a slight edge on the Packers because I think is Josh Jacobs still out? Is he going to be out this week?
I think so. I'm
And I think
pretty
that's a
sure.
big yeah, I think that's a big hit for the Packers. Um, but I think the Lions offense is just going to get the job done and I think it'll be like I said I think it'll be a closer game. I have it 28-24.
Okay.
Like I don't think the Lions will blow the Packers out. I think it'll be a close game because honestly, the one thing that's not highly for the Lions right now is Jared Goff. He hasn't been looking good.
Yeah, I agree. I will agree with that. Jared Goff, honestly, past few weeks, he hasn't even been like a top 15 quarterback. If
No,
I'm being honest.
he just doesn't seem like he's there right now. I don't know what it is. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's I don't know, but I'll tell you what,
Here's the
Jameer Gibbs.
thing. The Packers, they see how to beat the Lions. They've done it
Yeah,
before, and they've seen in these past few weeks, if you blitz on Goff, he gets scared.
yeah.
His pocket awareness is, for some reason, it's digressed, or it's regressed at this point. Digress is not a word. Regressed at this point. I mean, he looks scared whenever the blitz comes. So
Yeah.
I think the Packers are going to exploit that, try to exploit that. But when you have divisional teams that are this good, you almost never have a sweep on one side. Look at the Eagles
No.
Cowboys.
Well, yeah, look, yeah, Eagles, Cowboys, yeah. And I think the one thing, if the Lions have Jameer Gibbs and David Montgomery going, that opens up their whole playbook, and that helps golf
Yep.
then. And
Yeah.
Jameer Gibbs is
Yes, it
just
does.
nasty. He's freaking so fast, man.
Yeah, he's a
Um,
top three running back this year.
oh, definitely. I think honestly, I would put him at probably one or two. I
Yeah.
think the only one I
Him
would put
and
above him is maybe Taylor, but I
yep.
think Jameer Gibbs. I think I would pick Jameer Gibbs over Jonathan Taylor.
I think this year I would put Jonathan Taylor, Gibbs, and Henderson as my top three. Then maybe Derrick Henry at four.
See,
No,
if Derrick Henry,
I'm missing one. Who am I missing?
I'm trying
I'm
to think,
missing
go around all
someone.
the running backs. I mean, when
Yeah, I know
Josh
I'm missing
Jacobs is
someone.
healthy, he's a top back.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't think he's the one that we're talking. I'm trying to think of who else has been really good this season so far. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
Rico
fine.
Dowdle hasn't been too bad.
You know what? Dowdle would probably be in the top five. He'd be sneakily like the fifth best this year. And he
I
wasn't
mean,
starting for the first 3 weeks or
now,
something.
well, that's because you had Chuba Hubbard and he was good, and then he got
Yeah,
hurt, and then Rico Dowdle took over and pretty much took away the starting position from there.
and he was in the top five in rushing yards by week like six, and he
Yeah,
didn't start for half the season. Like insane. That was an insane stat when I
I know
saw it.
we're
But I think
missing
the
a running
Lions
back.
take this one. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
But
agree.
I
I,
think the
I think the
Lions
Lions
take this
do.
one because the Packers won the first time, and it's very hard for a team this good to sweep the other team. So I think that teams this good split. That's just how it is. So
Yeah,
give me the Lions winning 30-23. It's at
yeah.
Detroit.
Oh, also the other running back, I would say James Cook.
James Cook. Yeah. Yeah, he'd be up there too. A lot of
Sorry,
AFC
I'm not gonna cut you
ones.
off. Yeah.
No, you're fine. Next, we've got the Chiefs at the Cowboys. Now I'm going to let you make your prediction first.
I'll tell you one thing. If the Cowboys did not have five losses and a tie, if those would be on the win column, I think the Cowboys would be honestly the best team in the league. Their offense is nasty. Their offense is the best in the league. Let's just be real. Like this is coming from an
Oh
Eagles
yeah,
fan too. Like
listen. I've been saying they're a top three offense. I've been saying this for months now, and people are
yeah.
they're like
Now imagine
top three offense.
yeah. Now imagine if they never traded away Micah Parsons and they were you know
Yeah,
that I think
yeah.
that's who they were missing to start the season was their defense was Micah Parsons.
Isn't
Like
that funny?
It's insane. But honestly, I think the Cowboys take this game. I think they beat the Chiefs. I don't
Yeah.
think I'm going with the Cowboys. I think they beat the Chiefs because one, they're home, and they usually do well on Thanksgiving Day games. And their offense is rolling right now. Their defense is playing better. I like Dak. I think he's gonna. I think honestly, if it weren't for those early losses this season, I think they would be a top team in the NFC right now. I think
Yeah, and
those
I think he
losses.
would be an MVP conversation
100%.
also.
I think those losses are gonna keep them from being in the playoffs, though. Like
Yeah.
unless they have to win out in order to even come close to making the playoffs.
Which they might.
Like they have a good shot.
What's your score?
I got the Cowboys 27-21.
Ooh, okay. All right. So, talking about the winning out thing, these are their remaining games. So right now they're 5-5-1. If they beat the Chiefs like you said, they'd be 6-5-1. Then they play the Lions. They probably lose that.
That'll
Probably.
be a good
I'm going to
freaking
give a
game, though.
loss. Yeah, it will be. One of these next two games they're going to lose. There's no way they beat the
Yeah,
Chiefs and Lions. I'm going to give them one of them. So let's say they're 6-6-1. Then they play the Vikings. They beat them 7-6-1. Then the Chargers. I could see them winning that 8-6-1. Then the Commanders. I could see them winning that 9-6-1. Then the Giants 10-6-1.
yeah, 10-6-1
There is
finish
a
10 6 and
path.
1.
There's a
I think
path.
there is, but I think the only way they make the playoffs is if they win the East.
You think so?
I think so. I think that's the only way they make it. Because look at all the other teams in the NFC right now. Like the Lions, if you look right now, the Lions aren't even in the playoffs.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy.
So
Here's my thought process on this whole because I mean the playoff race is crazy this year. There's so many good teams that could make
yeah,
it and should make it. You have the NFC West, which they still have a lot of divisional games with each other towards the end of the year. They're going to be beating each other, lowering each other's record
yeah,
down because I mean they're 9-2, 8-3, 8-4. One of these teams are going to have under 10 wins. Like one of them is going to crack.
yeah,
Then you've got the NFC South. The Panthers have a really tough schedule. The Bucks are really injured, so I
yeah.
think only one
I'll
team
say,
makes it out of the
yeah, only
South.
one team out of that division's going out to the playoffs.
Yep. Then you've got the Bears, Packers, Lions. The Bears have a tougher stretch than they did in the beginning of the year. I could see them going 11-6.
I'll say there's gonna be
Like
at
I
least
could
two
see
teams out
them
of that
splitting.
division. Yeah,
Yep. So you never know. There is a path. It is possible for them still.
but like I said, I
So
think the
I've
main
got
path. Keep going, Mike.
what's the main path?
I really think the only path for the Cowboys is if they win the East, though. I really do.
I don't see. They are only like 2.5 games back,
But you also like
which
they
is
have to win.
crazy.
They have to win out, and they gotta have some teams above them start losing. Like I
Yeah.
said, because
But here's
right
the
now
thing. Damn. Unless the Eagles fall apart like they did in 2023, they should only lose at most two more games.
yeah. But I will say this. I mean, I'll talk about this more when we get to the Eagles. I'll go in depth
Yeah.
with that. But I think it's just wild to me that right now you look at the playoff bracket, the Lions aren't even in the playoffs. Like,
It's insane. Because I would say they're the best team in that division.
oh yeah, no, I'll go Lions, Packers, Bears.
Yeah. Depending on how good the Bears play this week, I might put them above the Packers just because, I don't know, I think they've been balling out this year and they did beat the
The
Steelers.
Bears, I'll say that I was legit looking at the games they played this year. I mean, I'll talk more about that when we get to the Eagles Bears. I gotta wait for the
Yeah.
Eagles
Yeah.
Bears. I'll
We'll
just get
get
through
to
the
it. We'll get to it.
yeah.
Going back to the Chiefs Cowboys, I actually have the Cowboys winning too.
I think they will.
I have them winning. I have
And
them winning
it,
31-27. They have been so motivated. They've had more momentum than any other team in the league these past few weeks. And I think they're
yeah.
going to beat the Chiefs. They're going
And
to
the thing,
go,
you
they're
know,
going to beat the Panthers, Eagles, Chiefs back to back to back.
yeah. The thing that sucks is that the Eagles gave them that momentum. They really did.
Correct.
Because if the Eagles would have won,
They gave them that momentum.
yeah, if the Eagles would have won, the Cowboys would have been done. Their season would be over.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
it. So I mean, the Cowboys are running on a high right now, and they deserve to be. Right now, I would say they're honestly probably the best team in the league right now. Like it might be a shot in the dark, but
I would say in terms of momentum, I would say that them and the Bears,
yeah,
in
I
terms of
mean
momentum, in terms of
the
momentum, them and the
the
Patriots too.
Cowboys. I say the Cowboys have all the momentum right now, moving towards finishing out the season in hopes of making the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like
Is it
when
too
I said
little
this,
too late though?
that's what I'm saying. If I would have said this 2 3 weeks ago, I'd have been like, oh, they're done. They're not. But
Yeah.
like it might be too little too late. So
Yeah, we will see. We will see. Next, we've got the night game of Thanksgiving. This is when you're probably asleep or you're stuffed or maybe you're eating now, which I think
You're,
that's
I
way
would
too
say
late to eat, but
you're
whatever.
passed out. You're passed out. You're in a food coma for eating all the turkey and everything.
Yeah.
I'll be
If you
passed out like
manage to
two,
stay
three times
awake
a
during
day.
this game. Yeah. I might wear sweatpants. I know you're supposed to dress nice, but I'm trying to like, you know what I
I
mean?
know. Yeah, I know. After our first, I guess you could say our Thanksgiving lunch, I knock out instantly. I take a little nap.
Yeah. I never
Yeah.
save room for dessert.
No,
Like people always talk about the desserts at Thanksgiving. I don't think I've had dessert in like 4 years.
no, I don't think so either. Like,
No. But anyway, if you manage to stay awake for the night game, we've got an offensive shootout. It's going to be a high scoring game, in my opinion, because it has to be. It's a divisional game. It's the Bengals, who don't have a defense, going against the Ravens, who are better than the Bengals, so they should keep up with them. And is Joe Burrow back?
I think he's gonna
Is
be.
Turf Toe Joe?
I think he will be
I'm going to
back for
check.
that game, but I don't know for sure. I have no clue.
I need to check. This is huge because I mean, I have my pick made already, and I don't want to change it because I don't like changing picks that I've already written
Yeah,
down. Um, okay, well here we go. So Joe Burrow is still on IR. One day ago, he was listed as a full participant for Monday's estimated practice report. Zach Taylor anticipates Joe Burrow playing.
that's what I
So
saw. I
here's, I
saw
mean,
that.
see, that's the thing. Bengals anticipate Burrow playing Thursday night. You know, if that's the case, I might change my pick. Oh, do I change it? Do I
You're gonna go
change
with the
it? Because
Bengals.
once I say it, I might go Bengals. Because when you look at the Ravens, their past 5 games, I
I mean,
mean,
the
they
Ravens
just
are
beat
on
the
a win streak
Jets.
right now.
They are.
Yeah,
They are.
but also Lamar has not looked
So
good the
that it's
past
like,
few games.
yeah, Lamar was just injured, but I think he's good now. He's not going to be out.
No, because
Give me
they
the
can't afford.
Bengals. Fuck it.
Oh shit! All right.
Yeah. I'm taking the
Okay.
Bengals. I think if Joe Burrow comes back, Jamar Chase is going to be back too, right? Because he was only suspended 1 game for the spitting.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, well if Jamar Chase is back, Joe Burrow's back. Ravens are due for a loss. Bengals are due for a win. All signs are pointing to the Bengals upsetting the Ravens at Baltimore.
I mean, let's just be real. That's all the Bengals are doing now is just ruining people's seasons. Like that's what because they're
That's
not going to make the
exactly what they're
playoffs.
doing.
That's what they're doing is
Yeah.
just
Yep.
ruining other teams' seasons.
Yep. They're at the point where they can't tank, but they can't make the playoffs. So now they're just going to fuck everything
Exactly.
up.
Yeah. No, they're going to screw up everyone
Yeah.
else's chances.
Correct. So I
I
was
like
going
where
to
you're
say the
going.
Ravens win 29-27, but I'm going to
Okay.
change it. I'm no longer putting 29-27 Ravens. I'm going to put that the Bengals win 37-34 over the
Oh shit.
Ravens. Putting it down. What is your pick?
No, I like that. I mean, and that's the thing. It's a possibility, especially if Joe Burrow's back. But I don't know. I just know the Ravens. They got to keep winning in order to get a good seed in the playoffs. Like right now, they're first in the division. So
Which is
I'm
exactly
slightly.
why they're going to lose.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, they could still afford to lose a game and still win out and make the playoffs. But
Yep.
I don't know. I
Because
just think,
after this they play the Steelers. So that'll be
yeah.
the game that they focus on. They're focused on the Steelers right now.
Well, and that's
That's what
why
I
they'll
think.
be. Yeah, and that's why will lose to the Bengals because they're not focused on the Bengals.
Exactly.
But I'm going to stick with my gut, and I'm going to go with the Ravens. But I think it will be a close game, especially if Joe Burrow's back. So I'm going 24-21 Ravens.
Ooh. Okay. A little lower scoring.
Yeah, I just don't see like lately the Ravens haven't been scoring a lot of points. They're almost like the Eagles right now, where they
That's
just
true.
score enough to win the game.
True. That's
But
true.
no, I like where you're going with the Bengals though, because if Joe Burrow's back, the dude's gonna. I mean, you would think he would just ball out being back, but no, I'm gonna stick with the Ravens, like 24-21.
I'm keeping the Bengals, but I'm changing it to 34-28.
Okay, so slightly lower
You're
score.
right. I can't see the Ravens. Yeah, I cannot see the Ravens getting more than 30. They've only scored 30 once. More than 30 once.
Is that the first game of the season?
Yeah. Oh, you know what? No, because that was a shootout. No, they've actually scored a few times because they lost while scoring 30. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, they lost in that shootout 41-40 to the Bills. So it is possible for them to lose a shootout.
And they were up, what, 2, 3 touchdowns with 4 minutes left in that game?
Yeah. Yep. All right. So those are the Thanksgiving games done. And before we move on to Black Friday, what's your favorite thing to eat at Thanksgiving?
Man, you already know what it is. Filling and mashed potatoes, man.
Filling
That's
and
like the
mashed
basic
potatoes.
answer,
Yeah.
though. That's like the basic answer. I'm trying to
Yeah, it
think of,
is.
have you ever had a green bean casserole?
I had a green bean casserole this past weekend, and I don't want
Dude,
to
that
sound
honestly,
like a.
like what?
I was just saying this is my first time ever having one, and I liked
I'll
it,
tell you one thing.
and it was
Exactly.
really
I
good.
never had it before because, I mean, you know how our dinners are. They're not really different things. I'd never heard of it
And
before.
I do.
And like I had it probably a couple years ago, and I'll tell you one thing, that shit's pretty good. Like you wouldn't think it
Yeah, it
is,
is.
but it's actually pretty good. And if people don't know, if they think that's gross, you gotta try it because it's actually pretty good.
It's very good. If it's made right, it's very good.
Yeah.
I do like. You ever have like? It's a mix. It's like broccoli and crackers and cheese. I forget what it's
Oh, I know
called,
what
but it's
I know what
so
you're talking
good.
about. Yeah, I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
I
I
love
forget what it's
that.
called though.
Yeah. I'm a mashed potato fiend though. Mashed potatoes and mac and cheese. If I see those two things, I'm starting with that on my plate and then the rest of the room will be for meat. That's just how I am.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn, I can't wait to eat on Thursday. I'm
All right,
excited.
so I'm hungry. I might start fasting right now. This is being recorded on Tuesday night, mind you.
Yeah.
Um, Finally, we've got the Bears at the Eagles. And
Battle
before we
eight
get
and
into the
three.
game, we want to yeah, the battle of 8 and 3. We want to talk about each team and how they got to this point. I'm gonna start off with the
Yeah.
Bears. I'm gonna let you talk about the Eagles while I talk about the Bears.
All right.
So the Bears beat the Steelers last week, 31-28. This was the first time all year that they beat a team over 500. They have not beaten a team over 500. So with that context, um, are they legit? Probably, but I could see them losing to the Eagles despite all their flaws. Now, do you want to talk about the Eagles?
Oh, I got a lot to talk about the Eagles, but so I mean the Eagles. Honestly, it's been like you said earlier, like it's been a broken record with them. It's the same thing every week, and finally they ended up getting bitten in the ass by the Cowboys because they refuse to change. They refuse to adapt to the game, and they let a team back in, and the team shows them up. Like, yes, I get the Eagles are 8 and 3, but again, we're play calling. Now, keep in mind the first 3 drives of the game were good against the Cowboys, but they let teams hang around too much. Like when you have
That's all they do.
your opponent, yeah, when you have your opponent down and out, keep them down and out. The last thing you want to do is let them get up because if they get up, they'll do what the Cowboys did to them. I don't think people realize how hard it is to take your foot off the gas and then put it back on in a game. 'Cause honestly, whenever a team does
Exactly.
that,
Exactly.
they lose. So, I mean, like I said, it's week in and week out with the Eagles and exactly what they need to do. I will say this now, and I'm going to hold to it. I'm going to stick to it, and hopefully I'm wrong. But if Kevin Patullo continues to call plays, the Eagles will not be Super Bowl champions at the end of the year. They will win
Yeah.
games to make the playoffs, but they honestly might be a one game and out. Honestly, and it sucks to
Yeah.
say
I
that,
can see it.
but it's the truth. I think, and it's it falls on more than just the coaching. But I mean, the main thing is the coaching. Like Sirianni has the biggest
Yeah.
ego in the league, and he refuses to admit when he's wrong. Pulo is a terrible hire. He shouldn't even be an OC. His players are getting him the record of 8 and 3, not the coaching. And Sirianni, if you honestly sit down and think about what he does exactly, because he really doesn't do much except a hype man and complain when stuff's not going his way.
No. I was actually
And
going to bring up the fact that we should probably start having a discussion about Nick Sirianni at this point
no, honestly,
because
because
it's becoming more and more of because I love Sirianni. I think he's a great like mascot for the team. Like I don't think he's as
he,
talented of a coach as Dan Campbell, Sean Payton. Like other coaches. I would rather
yeah,
have either of the Harbaughs. But when you hire your buddy who's in the coaching staff up and you promote him up to the OC and you keep dodging questions about critiquing him or criticizing him or
Yeah.
evaluating if you should have him in that position still, and he's dodging the questions saying, I don't think it's a play calling issue, I don't think it's this, dodging the questions left and right. At some point you need to be like, okay, well, if you're going to go down with him, then you can go drown with him, then kick him off
And
the
keep in
boat as
mind,
well, because
this is his.
go ahead.
Keep going, Mike. You're good. I was gonna say this is his
All I'm
second.
saying is this was a perfect storm. This was a perfect storm of Patullo's constant inability to adapt to the game. It was a mixture of that. It was a mixture of terrible decisions in the game. Gibson catching a punt at the 1 yard line. Who would do that? Britton Covey would never do that. Fumbles. Saquon. Gibson. Terrible. I don't want to talk about the refs. Terrible calls. There were about
I mean,
four
what the
pass
Eagles had
interferences. Most of them weren't
14,
even
15 penalties.
PIs. CeeDee Lamb
Yeah,
was pushing Cooper DeJean's face, but it's on Cooper DeJean, of course, yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, it's honestly, and that's one thing. We're not blaming referees. We're not doing that. But I mean, there were a lot of bad calls in that game. I mean, it could go both ways too. But um, no, it falls back on coaching, and Sirianni is not doing anything or addressing anything, which is the main issue, is the play calling. He legit said with a dead ass straight face Monday after the game in his press conference, he said he was asked about the play calling and he goes, I thought Kevin called a good game. And then he was asked about taking the foot off the gas. He
And
goes,
that's
I don't
the
think we took
issue.
the foot off
And
the
that's
gas.
the issue.
Like
Yep,
he
that's the
is so
issue.
his
Here's what
ego
I
is
think.
so
So
big.
everyone on Monday, yeah, yep. Everyone on Monday expected us to see a post saying Kevin Patullo has been released by the Philadelphia Eagles. We all expected that post on Monday because all the comments were like, can't wait to see Patullo gone tomorrow. Can't wait to see this person gone. And instead, we see clips of an interview of Sirianni saying he did a good job.
Yeah, and he didn't.
Patullo is not the only issue.
No.
The offensive line is worse this year. I will give them that.
The
I think
offensive
Saquon,
line,
for some reason, he isn't reading
and that's
holes as well as he was last year. I think I've seen plenty of clips of like there being an open hole and him dodging out to the like I've seen a few like that
yeah,
where he
yeah,
could have had a bigger play, but he chose to just like dance a little bit before driving in. I don't know if he's scared to
yeah.
get injured or what it is, but it's a mixture of those things. But the biggest issue, it all stems down to Kevin Patullo. It's the reason why A.J. Brown is frustrated. It's the reason why Jalen Hurts is quietly frustrated. Right after they won the Super Bowl, they were asked about Kevin Patullo being promoted. Jalen
I
Hurts
saw that.
seemed hesitant when he was talking about
Yeah, I
Patullo.
saw that.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
hesitant. He was like, I'm not really sure if that's the role for him, but we're going to see how it goes.
exactly.
Before the season even started.
Yeah. Now, and like to go piggyback off what you said about like the O line. The O line has not been good this season. They have not too many false
No.
starts, too many holding penalties. They can't run block to save anything, and maybe that's why Saquon's not doing that. That is exactly why he's not having a good season. And to go piggyback off of the Saquon thing. Now, this is an idea, and I think it would be a good idea if they would actually do it and not take this as a negative. But maybe you do start
Mm-hmm.
not splitting carries, but having him and Bigsby almost like
Oh,
60-40%. Like, because I guarantee, honestly, and also
100%.
I like Shipley, but he shouldn't even be touching the ball right now. Um, Saquon and Bigsby not splitting carries, but almost like 60-40, 55, like something that like Saquon's getting more,
Yeah, something like
but
that.
yeah. But I guarantee you will see you will see an improvement in Saquon's game because I was looking at it. I know it's a small sample size. Bigsby's averaging 9.1 yards a carry. Saquon's averaging
Yes.
3.7.
And he's averaging that
If you get,
over, what was it, 18 carries?
I think
It
something
was
like
something
I
like
said,
that,
it's a small
18
sample. It's a
carries.
small
He
sample
averages nine
size.
yards. But it's
Every
not
time you
like
see him,
5 carries. It's not like a super small sample size. It's
no,
18
but
carries. Like, that's a
I
larger
guarantee
sample
if you
size than like
start
two
to
miracle
balance,
runs.
yeah, and you start to balance Bigsby and Saquon out, that will help Saquon to get those big runs like he was used to. It also has defenses thrown off like, oh, what's going to happen here? The main thing with the Eagles and why this offense is so stagnant is they have not addressed and gotten the run game going, and that also stems from not running Jalen like he used to. Jalen is a running quarterback. Yeah, he can pass the ball like a motherfucker too, but he's mainly a running quarterback. And they have to address the
Yep.
run and get that run game going. That helps everyone. That helps the pass game, that helps Saquon, that helps everyone. And yet again, it stems back to Kevin Patullo not knowing what the fuck he's doing because he doesn't. And I'll tell you one thing: the Bears beat the Eagles this week. There better be a riot for him to be gone because yes, the Bears have been good. They've been hot right now, but the Eagles should still beat the Bears because guess what? I'm hyped for this because they're back in black on Black Friday, wearing all black uniforms. Those are honestly, I love the Kelly greens, but I love the black uniforms. They're so like fire to wear.
Me
And
too.
I'll tell you one thing. Like I said, I'm giving credit to the Bears because they're having a better season, but they are not better than the Eagles. They're not. And the Eagles should win Friday. And if they don't, Kevin Patullo needs to go, or they need to address someone as a different play caller because it is not working. If we see what happened against the Cowboys
Yeah.
happen again against the Bears, there will be a riot in Philly, and that's the last thing Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman want is the Eagles fans just freaking just going off on everything. Because I guarantee you, you thought it was bad now, but if they
Yeah.
lose back-to-back games,
I'm gonna make my official prediction with that statement. If nothing happens after this game, because here's my reasoning. I think the reason why Kevin Patullo hasn't been fired yet is because this is a short week. And this is them saying, Patullo, we have a short week, and this is the only reason why you're still employed. Friday, this is it. If you don't call a
yeah,
good game, you're gone. I don't care if it's week 13, you're gone. We're going to find a new play caller. Don't care. If they lose, or if they play down to their opponent, but you know it's only going to happen if they lose. If they lose, Kevin Patullo will
mm-hmm.
probably be fired or demoted.
No, because
Probably.
something needs to be
But
done.
if they do the same thing that they've been doing this entire season, where they play down to their opponent, they score under 20 points, they barely have any stats, which, by the way, stats aren't about winning, but it correlates when they're playing terrible but
Yeah,
winning, and their stats are terrible but they're winning. It's going to
yeah,
be the same thing. The Eagles have the most hitch routes in the entire league by a mile. If you see the chart, easily the most hitch routes where they just run out, stop, and catch the ball, and then start running
yeah.
again. The stupidest
Dude,
fucking routes a receiver can run.
that
With this being
that third
said,
and
though, is
two,
anything going to change? We have a 12-week sample size. I don't think anything's going to change. So, in my opinion, the Eagles do beat the Bears, but it's going to be the same old shit. And Kevin Patullo is still going to keep his job, and people are still going to be annoyed. And I think the Eagles
yeah.
win 20-17 in a shitty game.
I have 28-20, so slightly increased, but 28-20. Um, no, he needs to open up the playbook, and he hasn't done that. And that's what he needs to do is open up the playbook. And who knows when that'll happen, but I'm telling you right now, if Kevin Patullo is calling plays the way he is now, the Eagles will not. They will see the playoffs, but they won't get through the playoffs. I'm telling you that right now. There's no
No,
way this
no,
Eagles team will get to a Super Bowl. So that's all I
no.
have to say about
And
them.
it will be
I
the
mean, I got really
biggest
nothing
waste
else.
of potential I've ever seen from a team.
No, it will be, and that's the sad thing is because they have all the pieces except for a coach.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Most
So,
important
I mean,
part.
that's all I got. That's all I got. I do think they beat the Bears. It'll probably be how they've been doing all season, where they just beat a team or hold them off instead of just blowing a team out of the water, which they should. They should honestly destroy the Bears, but because the Bears really haven't played anyone good this season. I've seen all their wins. I looked at them,
No,
and they're
they
not
have not
really.
beaten a team over 500 besides the Steelers. Not a single
Yeah,
team over 500.
but I'll tell you one thing. I'm just saying this. The Eagles lose Friday to the Bears. There will be a riot in Philly for Patullo to be fired. So that's all I got to say.
And I'm
I'm
going
gonna
to be
leave it at
leading it.
that. Um, I do think the Eagles win, but if they don't, just be ready for Philly to burn down because that's what's going to happen.
Yep. And
So,
with that being said, we've covered all four games for Thanksgiving and Black Friday, and we hope you guys, first off, we hope you guys make your predictions. We hope you guys go to the TikTok and the Instagram. You guys make your predictions with us. And we hope that you have a great Thanksgiving. We hope you enjoy the games on Thursday. We hope you enjoy the game on Friday. Hopefully, it's a good game. And yeah, I've got nothing more to
yeah,
say.
I mean,
We
I got
hope you have
nothing
a
else.
great Thanksgiving, and hopefully there's good football to watch.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Hope you have a nice Thanksgiving with your families and everything and enjoy your time around family, but hopefully you get to watch good football too. So, we'll see what happens.
Yep. Thank you guys for watching.
Yep. See you guys.